guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mr. Dusk, where I do spoiler-free film reviews and sometimes celebrity interviews. Before we begin, please turn on post notifications. Please like and subscribe. And I also have merchandise. It's located at TeePublic, Mr. Deathbreath. I'll also be putting a link below. Okay, spoiler effect is in effect. Spoiler warning, completely. Because these movies are old, they've been around for a while, and I'm feeling anything that's going to ruin the film or be something that could potentially destroy your enjoyment of this film itself. So here we go, top 5, starting with Fast and Furious 6. Okay, so if you've seen everything up to Fast and Furious 6, even now there's 9, ignoring that fact, up until this point, the whole gang, the whole family, has been on tons of missions and tons of situations and fought tons of villains and had their share of troubles along the way. So what's really exciting is the way this movie opens up is you have Brian O'Connor, or Brian Spillner, if I'm mistaken, Paul Walker's character, racing Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel, and they're racing on this beautiful beachfront. You see like cliffs, and it's just gorgeous. It looks like it's almost like PCH, Pacific Coast Highway, if you don't know. And as they're racing, they end up pulling into this beautiful villa, and basically you find out that Brian's going to be a father. And right as that comes, it goes into this great musical montage where essentially it ends up being a clip show of all the Fast and Furious movies so far. But it has this amazing song by 2 Chainz and Wiz Khalifa called We Own It. And it's just an incredible song, and it's exciting, and really if you're a Fast and Furious fan, it gets you excited. Because you know that you're going to be on a fun journey with great characters that you know and love, and you know there's going to be a fun journey with family. And that's really what it does, and that's why it's so good. As a matter of fact, it got me excited to watch the movie when I've already seen it a few times. So I'm like, yes! At this moment, we own it, quoting Wiz Khalifa 2 Chainz. It's fantastic. Anyway, on to number 4. Pulp Fiction. If you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, I don't know how a lot of people haven't seen Pulp Fiction. Maybe you're too young, okay? But Pulp Fiction. Okay, the opening is fantastic. Essentially, we have this Amanda Plummer, who plays Honey Bunny, and Tim Roth. You might know him from Incredible Hulk. He's been in countless things. Just an incredible actor. Essentially, what these are 2 people. They're a couple, and they're arguing at what looks like a Denny's or an IHOP, and they're essentially talking about how robbing banks is too difficult. It's not worth it, because there's always too many problems in the way. You have heroes, you have cops, you have people that are trying to stop. But they come up with the brilliant idea, what if we were to rob a restaurant? And they start, logically thinking. Like, the manager just wants them to get out before they start shooting customers. None of the coworkers are making enough money to want to be a hero, so it makes perfect sense. And right as this scene's coming to an end, they essentially make the plan to rob the restaurant, and they pull out their guns and do their whole spiel, nobody move, and then you hit credits to Pulp Fiction, which is exciting, because this was Quentin Tarantino's masterpiece. I mean, Reservoir Dogs was good, it was fantastic, but this was the one that really put him on the map. I mean, I'm curious where his career would have been if he didn't make Pulp Fiction. Not only that, but it reignited new careers of John Travolta and Samuel Jackson at the time. And it's just such a classic film. It's such a fantastic opening that it gets you excited, and you're in this journey, and you don't know where it's going to go, but you don't care. Let Quentin take the wheel. Boom. We'll go wherever he's taking us, because we're on for the ride. And it's fantastic. Okay, so prior to Christopher Nolan's rebranding of Batman, Batman was kind of dorky, I mean, and not counting what Tim Burton did, because he did a good job. He kept it within the realm of darkness and intensity. But then, of course, you had Joel Schumacher make his, movies. And it just, I understand that I guess he said he was making a cartoon movie, Joel Schumacher, the man responsible for The Lost Boys. Maybe that was an indicator, or maybe it was just a failure. You be the judge on that. I'll let you figure that one out. I think it's a little bit of both. But basically, they said they were making cartoon movies. And no matter how you slice it, they're terrible movies. I mean, they're just awful. I mean, the best thing about Batman Forever was Dr. Chase Meridian. And, the best thing, again, about and Robin was, of course, Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. Again, hey. Anyway, so obviously Christopher Nolan came back in 2005 and did Batman Begins with Christian Bale, and it was fantastic, okay? So now, with The Dark Knight, they had to, of course, bring back the Joker. And of course, long story short, they ended up casting Heath Ledger, which some people thought it was horrible. I thought it was fantastic. So let's get into the opening about the film. So what's fantastic is the way this movie opens up is immediately, it's just a tightening of strings. I believe it's a violin. You just hear a ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding, and it opens immediately to a bank robbery. Bunch of guys wearing clown masks, and they're talking about who's the Joker, what's the Joker, and you know that this is an intense film, and automatically this sets the tone. You're not going to be seeing a Cesar Romero impression, you're not going to be seeing Cesar Romero, you're not going to be seeing Mark Hamill, not that he did a bad job in the cartoon animated series, but this is going to be something different and dark. And that's what's fantastic about it, because I feel like there was a lot of fear as to how this was going to be. Like, was Heath Ledger's performance of the Joker going to be just good in the trailer and ultimately horrible in the film, or how was it going to turn out? And as you know, he ended up winning a posthumous Oscar for it, so obviously he did one of the best portrayals of the Joker. I want to say second to Mark Hamill's animated performance. So it's just a fantastic opening. It holds nothing back. You know that you're coming into a serious crime movie that happens to be based off a man dressing up as a bat to intimidate his opponents and a lunatic dressing up as a clown to fight a man dressed as a bat. Maybe that sounds nuts, but you're still in a crime movie, and that's why it's fantastic. Coming in at number 2, From Dusk Till Dawn. Have you seen From Dusk Till Dawn? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Let me tell you about it. Okay, Dusk Till Dawn. George Clooney plays Seth Gecko, who essentially is a criminal on the run. The movie opens up with basically George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino in a convenience store. And what happens is essentially they are hiding, and there's a cop there and the criminals. And what ends up happening is essentially misunderstandings. Quentin Tarantino's character tends to have schizophrenia where he thinks he hears what he hears, and ultimately ends up in this fantastic shootout that I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say it's he said, she said, but with a store clerk, lots of explosions, lots of bullets, and it's just a fantastic opening. And after this amazing scene ends, which ends with the convenience store blowing up, it gets to credits and the intro music, and it is just one of the best intros. You're like, what am I watching? Definitely fantastic. One of the best openings. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the tail end. We are at the finale of this countdown video. And the film that takes the #1 spot is... Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead remake in 2004. Okay, so whether you're a fan of running zombies or not is not relevant. Zack Snyder knows how to make one opening. Basically, the way this opens up is very quietly. You see Universal Pictures, and it looks like red, but like it's smeared blood on like a glass slide, right? And it starts showing people talking. What's the virus? We don't know. Where's it originating from? We don't know. And you hear everyone panicking, and you see this really tense moment where you know, public officials are on public broadcasting, or I'm sorry, the emergency broadcasting system, telling people to not be alarmed. And as that happens, you start getting this wonderful song. Ding, ding. Johnny Cash, When the Man Comes Around. It's a little guitar song, and it's done so well. And it's talking about when the man comes around. And as they have this really relaxed, easygoing song playing, you're seeing images of catastrophes around the world. You're seeing buses hitting people. You're seeing images of zombies attacking people. You're seeing public officials walking around with armed guards getting attacked. You're seeing buildings explode, people being murdered. It's almost like a montage of how the world fell apart. The film actually begins, we're past the intro, and the Johnny Cash song finishes. We're at the world as it is, after all the catastrophe. And really, the focus isn't about it being a montage, but just the way the song is used so effectively in this film. It's just used in such a way that it made me love the song. You know, it's like, that is such a great song. And the way it sounds, it's just... Ever seen Bowling for Columbine? There was a point where they used Louis Armstrong's I Think to Myself, What a Wonderful World, when they showed, when Michael Moore showed the catastrophe of 9/11, you know, which... God bless everyone, and that was a horrible catastrophe. But the way it worked, it's like two opposing things. You're supposed to feel uncomfortable, but you have something that's uplifting. So in turn, it makes it feel just like a strange combination of somber and uncertainty. And that's what they did effectively with Johnny Cash's When the Man Comes Around, overlaying it over this montage of the world falling apart and zombies. And it's honestly just so great. I mean, it's perfect. It might be one of the best intros I've ever seen in my life. It's just so great, and that song is incredible. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating it. Guys, thank you for your support. I hope everyone's doing well during this whole COVID thing. Do your best judgment on what you're going to do. Make the best choices you're going to make. Guys, thank you as always for your support, and I'll see you soon.